millions of voices. One man will become many. We are not alone out here. Listen to my song. Great Scott! No need to panic. Captain Manchester. Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. We get it. Get ready for an adventure unlike any you've ever seen.
What is that?
Or heard.
My delicate ears can't take it no more.
Prepare yourself for laughter, tears, and moments of neither. Get set for the voice who end all voices. The master of mouth, the king of characterization, the prince of pronunciation, the infinite impersonator, the architect of audible, the noun of nouns, the one, the only, is anybody buying this yet? Ladies and gentlemen of the band, please help me welcome to the stage every voice you've heard and will hear, including this one, is
Are we ready to have a good time? Are we enjoying Star Wars weekends? Awesome so far? Guess what? We have more. Oh, tonight, Summon the Force, Symphony in the Stars, a fireworks finale. I'm going to be there. I hope you're there, okay? So, this is Obi-Wan and Beyond. How you guys doing? Excellent. And right now, you're going to take it into the studio with me. Your life, my life, combined into one. Oh, Darth Vader. And we're going to see what happens. But you know what we have to do first? What? We have to summon the Force. Right there. We have to summon the Force. Who knows Princess Leia's famous line? What is it to Obi-Wan Kenobi? Yes. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope. Can we all say it together, you think? Okay, but first, hey, Clint, can we get a little mood music? Okay, you guys ready? Harness the Force, here we go, and help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
Well, hello there. I felt a great disturbance in the Force, as if a whole planet cried out at once. Welcome everyone to Obi-Wan and Beyond. That is, I understand the Obi-Wan part of the title, but the rest is beyond me.
Good one, Obi-Wan. Okay, well, look. See, I'm the voice of Obi-Wan Kenobi, but also many other characters in movies, TV, video games, all that stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I always knew the Force was strong with you. I've been watching my hologram from my post here.
Okay, and where is that?
I can't say for fear of the Empire monitoring this signal, but if you think it's hot there with one sun, try two. Move along, James. Move along.
Move along, James. Move along. Move along, James. He does that every time. Every time. Every year. I fall for it every year. What am I doing? Okay, well, look. I love voice acting, and I think it's so cool because it is so different from on-camera acting. People that spend all that time in front of the cameras, they get it great, but right, as a voice actor, I can be anything my voice can allow me to be. Anything the writers can dream up. Anything the animators can dream up. I can be an 11-year-old kid like Johnny Test who's totally awesome.
a Jedi master like Plo Koon, or a prehistoric caveman like Fred Flintstone.
Without any makeup, no costumes, as far as you know. I'll be in my little padded room talking to myself in a Obi-Wan outfit, why not? See, that's the whole thing about voiceover, is it creates a whole world in your mind, and that is a refreshing thing these days, yes? So, that's what I loved about it, and since I was 4 years old, I knew this is what I wanted to do. I had a dream, and I knew it. I would study, and you know, one of my favorite things to do was listening to old radio programs from like the 30s and 40s. I'd get them at the library. You could check them out. They were on cassette tapes and records, and I'd listen to them over and over because radio was really the beginning for voice actors. It taught us so much, and it taught me so much. It was there for all of us to learn from.
WKAT Radio brings you all the entertainment that's straight to voice. Yes, radio is quality.
We have who's on first, what's on second, and who's on third.
So who's playing first?
Yes.
I need to know his name.
Who?
The fellow playing first base.
Who is on first?
Oh, what are you asking me for? I love you, Marco. I know I love you, Charles Marco.
There's someone else.
No, Charles.
No. Then why don't you tell me who this is? Hello, Margo.
Sports. The champ is looking to be in fine shape. The challenge is not on the ropes. He's giving him a left and a right and a left and a right and another left and another right. Music. Baby. Our sweetheart, sweetheart. Like sugar from Candy Tree. Hardly kisses from the line. News. Dateline, Europe, 1945. The German Highlands rebel forces to the Allies. Hitler's minions have given up the fight. And suspense.
I'm telling you, whatever you do, do not open that door.
I must see.
Trust me, nothing can prepare you for what is on the other side.
But Hello, Margo.
Yes, the world of entertainment at your fingertips. Through the miracle of radio.
There was so much there, thank you. There was so much to learn from, so many voices, so many cool characters. And so another thing I did is I studied very hard, okay? So all you kids thinking, oh, this is just a fun job. No, I studied very, very hard, okay? By watching a lot of cartoons. And reading comic books. It's true. I would make my own comic books. Anybody ever do that? Yeah. Yes. Good. I'm so glad you're here. I would draw them out, I'd create my own characters, and my hero was called the Sound. He would use sound waves to create alternate realities for the bad guys. And I would sit in my room for what felt like hours, coming up with the characters and the designs and the voices, of course. And being a little kid in his room, it probably looked and sounded like...
I control all the sounds you hear. I fight crime and pursue justice. I am the sound.
Yeah, but you know how it is when you're a kid, too. You think of it all, you dream of it all. In my head, it was a lot more like...
I can manipulate them at my will. Bending, stretching, and if necessary, breaking the boundaries of all you fear. Evildoers beware. I will fight. I will bring to justice. I am the Sound.
That looked different in my head. That's it, though. I also loved puppets, a particular actual puppet. These ones here, you know, those guys, that's what great.
Hey, Bert.
Now, the thing I noticed, though, as a kid is a lot of their voices sounded similar.
Oh, hello, Bert.
But it didn't matter because they were awesome. It was what they did with them, right? Oh, and I gotta tell you, being a little kid, you know, singing Rainbow Connection as Kermit would save me from Big Bully's wrath every time. Why are there so many songs about rainbows? And what's on the other side? So true. Yeah, so see, it was good that I learned voices and how to manipulate my voice. I found that it was, I don't know, it was fun. I was always the smallest kid in my class, every year. Found a lot of change on the ground. Always first to find out. Okay, sorry. I'm pushing it too far. I would create things, though, because of that. Because, you know, I would recreate everybody's favorite TV shows and movies that they saw. And, you know, this was before the internet and YouTube and DVDs and DVRs. So basically, I was TiVo. I was like Jack-O. Very, very quiet. I don't take weapons.
What's up, Doc?
I'll tell you what's up. It's wedding season. Elf season. Wedding season. Wedding season. Duck season. Fire.
You're traveling through another dimension. A dimension not only of sight and sound, but Steve Austin, astronaut, a man barely alive. Gentlemen, we can't rebuild it.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Open the pod bay doors, Hal. I'm sorry, Dave. Kid, get us out of here.
I'm sorry, Michael. I'm afraid I can't do that.
Pause. Snakes. What happened? Snakes.
E.T. Life moves pretty fast. You just have to look around once in a while. You miss it.
Your powers are weaker.
You can't win, Doc. If you strike me down, I'll become more powerful than you. Whoa, wait a second, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine? Heavens, Morty.
The way I see it, Marty, if you're gonna build a time machine into a car, why not build some style? Besides, the stainless steel construction made the fastest first times. Look out!
Whoa, she's heavy. And I loved it. So by the age of 16, I took all this talking to myself to the stage as a stand-up comic. At 17, I got into radio by walking into the station and saying, how do you become a DJ? Within 18 months, I was a working DJ. By the time I was in my 20s, I built my own home recording studio and started my own voiceover production company. And one of my very first clients was Movie Phone. Now, Movie Phone was a service you could call up to find out what was playing. And I would do all of their trailers. So they needed a trailer one time for Jurassic Park 2. But they didn't have any of the sound from the movie yet, so they said, can you come up with a T-Rex stomping up and letting out a thunderous howl? I thought, yeah, sure, I can do that. How? So I used my voice. Just my voice, a multi-track recorder, some special effects, and my lunch. Yep, let me explain it to you here. So I took my cup, and I popped out the bottom there to help create that kind of sound. I took a bag of chips, and I took some old recording tape. This dates me now, telling you how old I am. But this created a great sound of the bushes, and the chips were like the gravel, crushing under the feet of the big T-Rex. So now I needed to create the sound of the T-Rex. So I pitched my voice way down with a vocal processor. Ooh, like that, yeah. And what it came up with was...
James, are you alright? I thought I heard the Zillow beast.
No, that was just me talking to myself, telling about it.
Good. I was going to say...
You have a bad feeling about this?
Yes, but I believe there's a quota on that line in this show, and I want to save it for when it really matters.
Okay, hold on to it, Obi-Wan. Thanks for checking in. Well, okay, so I loved all the radio and the movie phone work, but I really wanted to be a voice actor, so I submitted audition tape after audition tape to agents, and I finally got one. And then I started the process of auditioning for writers, directors, casting people. And that is one of those things that is a daily occurrence for a voice actor. Because you have to be ready for all the things they're going to throw at you. And it can be a very simple thing, but they're going to ask you to do so many different crazy things. In an audition, you never really know what to expect.
Okay, James, make yourself comfortable. We want you to sound very real, casual, conversational. We're looking to get this in about 1.7 seconds. Oh, and don't make it too announcer. For this first take, just give us whatever you have in mind, okay?
Okay.
Great, we're rolling. Take one.
Use only as directed.
Great. Okay, let's try one a little more conversational.
Use only as directed.
Now more serious.
Use only as directed.
What if we needed it in 3.8 seconds instead of 1.7?
Use only as directed.
Okay, now stretch it out, but go back to 1.7 seconds.
Use only as directed.
How about with a German accent?
Use only as directed.
New York, maybe?
Hey, use only as directed. Whoa.
British?
Use only as directed.
How about French?
Use only as directed.
Romanian?
Directed. Use only as.
What would a woman sound like?
Use only as directed.
Whisper.
Use only as directed.
Then more staccato.
Use only as directed.
How about a real announcery voice?
Use only as directed.
Now energize it.
Use only as directed.
Bigger and faster.
Use only as directed.
Faster and bigger.
Use only as directed.
Bigger.
Use only as directed.
Okay, stand by. Sounds real good, James. You know, we're actually thinking we're going to go with your first take. Thanks for coming in.
Now you know why it's a patty room. See? Oh, well, you know, one thing I never thought when I became a voice actor I would do so much of, it's because I certainly never thought of it as a kid I would be doing at all, is video games. Now, you know why? Because when I was a kid, video games looked like this. Well, I got a voice in that, right? It's like, yeah, not much to do. But they've changed, haven't they? Yeah. Blown my mind now, and I've been very fortunate to be in some very, very cool video games. Like, I'm the voice of Ratchet from Ratchet & Clank, Tidus from Final Fantasy X, Lego Spider-Man, the Silver Surfer, Professor Charles Xavier, Great Scott Young Dog, bro! I'm Hiccup and Fish Legs for How to Train Your Dragon, Prince Charming, Gigi the Gingerbread Man, and I'm also Arnie in Shrek games.
The voice of all the minions.
And the Holy Transformer.
Yeah, pretty cool stuff. There's so much fun when you step in to do a video game, but that's the thing. See, as a voice actor, again, the difference is we have to go all over the place every day. And while I do most of my work from my home studio these days, a voice actor does require a lot of running around. Since we're only heard and not seen, we can be many different people in many different places throughout a single day. Like, well, I can start my day driving out to Burbank in Disney to be the voice of, well, actually, a voice that is right here in Disney's Hollywood Studios, the Skull at the Legend of Captain Jack Sparrow. Have you seen it yet? That's me. Arr, come on, sing with me.
Yo ho, a pirate's life for me. We pillage, we plunder, we rifle, we loot, drink up, we harness yo ho. We can never manage, you don't know. Drink up, we harness yo ho.
Ooh, then I've got to rush over to Santa Monica and do one of those movie trailers. Critics are calling it so-so. Not one of this year's best. Then I go to Studio City to do some voices for Doc McStuffins. We gotta do some ADR, which is automatic dialogue replacement. Thanks, Doc. I'm ready to get back to playtime. Then I gotta drive over to my home studio and patch in on the ISDN line for a quick promo for Fox.
Animation, nominations, all new. Sunday, 7, 6 Central on Fox.
Then I gotta do it all the way over to Hollywood for 2 cereal commercials. One featuring everyone's favorite caveman,
Bonnie, my pebbles.
and another featuring one of my favorites, the Strawberry Mini Wheat. Hey guys, little fan reunion. Over to Century City to voice that tag, also known as The voice that comes out at the end of the commercial says about stuff you never understand because it's talking so fast. For as far as number 30, see store for details, matters on food extras, if there's something required, you can't see what we're rated, if you don't, it's directed. Then I gotta fight LA traffic to make my way home. Just so I can start all over again the next day. See, this is all in a day's work for a voice actor. Now you can see, there's all sorts of different types of voice actors, voice acting, and ways of recording. If you're doing an animated TV show, like say the Clone Wars, well, you're usually in the studio with the rest of the actors reading like an old-time radio play.
Look, it's Kenobi.
Oh, sorry,
Mr. Obi-Wan, look out!
Freeze, Jedi scum.
I have a bad feeling about this. Now, but if you're doing an animated feature film, it's different. You're all alone in the studio with just the director giving you lines to react to.
Scene 4, take 9. Please, don't leave me. You mean everything to me.
And you mean everything to me. I love you.
Oh, and I love you too. And cut.
Yeah, okay, see, you may never even meet your co-stars. As a voice actor, I've worked with some of Hollywood's biggest names, but I gotta tell you, rarely are we in a studio together or even meet. But if you're doing a radio commercial, you're usually with the other actors.
Hey, Bob, what's wrong?
Oh, it's this headache.
Well, here, try this.
Use only as directed.
That's my line. Okay, well, if you're doing a narration, you're alone. A promo or a trailer, you're alone. A video game, alone again. Naturally. Now, you also have to know your tools, the microphone and the headphones. You can't get into the studio and be startled by the sound of your own voice in the headphones.
That's me? I sound so high-pitched.
Okay, see, have you ever had that experience? Generally, we all hear ourselves bigger, deeper, with more bass than everybody else is hearing us, because we hear ourselves through our own heads, and not just our ears.
Hey, baby. Yeah, that's more like it.
So you can't be surprised when you hear yourself and then back off the microphone and not be so loud. Oh, and speaking of loud, you can't wear loud clothing, like a finely starched shirt, a leather jacket, or leather pants, jingly jewelry, or worst of all, squeaky shoes. You don't want to have a smacky sounding mouth or plosive P's, T's, or B's, or sibilant S's. And when you say words that start with those letters, you slightly turn your head away from the mic. Or you can hold a pencil in front of your mouth, which you can also use as a sound effect for chattering teeth. Which is appropriate because most studios are freezing. You don't get too close to the mic, but also not too far. If you're gonna yell, you slightly move away. If you're gonna whisper, you just have to know and enjoy the dance with your partner, the microphone. What? Did you say I stink? What?
Yeah, that's right. I said this thing.
Well, look, I'm kind of in the middle of a show here, buddy.
Oh, you're in the middle of something, but I wouldn't call it a show.
Okay, I think we have a heckler in the crowd. Yeah, heckler in the crowd.
I'm a lot funnier than you.
All right, I'm gonna find you.
But you'll never find me.
It wasn't you, was it? No? Is it you?
Not even close.
No? It was you!
I'm over here.
Okay, over there. All right, it's you. Boba Fett. Wait a second. Okay. I know who this is. Johnny Test.
That's Mr. Johnny Test to you, and you'll never find me because I am the sound of Johnny Test voice.
Yeah, wait a second. No, wait a second. How can you be the sound of Johnny Test voice? I'm the sound of Johnny Test voice. What did you do? Come on, tell me about it.
Borrowed my genius twin sister's latest experiment, the vocal extractor 2000. So now I'm just a voice.
Yeah, Johnny, your shadow's showing.
Huh? Ooh, don't look. Well, they did say there could be some side effects, but hey, look, Mom, I'm on TV.
Okay, yeah, all right, stop it. I'm in the middle of the show here. Would you cut it out? Okay, look, I gotta get you back in my throat, okay?
Oh, yeah? How do you plan on doing that, voice boy? You don't have a vocal extractor 2000.
No, but there's an app for that. Here comes Johnny.
Didn't see that coming.
Yeah, now to put you back in my throat.
Oh, come on. I don't want to go back in your throat. You're old like my dad.
voice of Johnny Test, as well as many other characters on the show, and I want to give you a little example of what it's like in the studio with Johnny Test.
Imagine a voiceover that could actually turn a boring old day into an exciting movie. Stand back, citizens, for this looks like a job for Johnny X.
Johnny X, I, Dark Vegan, will destroy you.
Man, is it hard to breathe with this mask on.
And you'll need some help from me, Mr. Mittens. I need a beekeeper.
Help!
Pork Belly is under attack by bad guys. But who are these super evil villains and where in the world is Johnny X to save us? More on that after a word from our sponsor.
I'm Doc Beetle. Try my piles of honey bar.
So are you guys gonna like take over the universe or the world or something?
Don't know yet. We're kicking around some ideas.
Ooh, I like Johnny's suggestion of taking over the world. Anyone else taking over the world?
You know, maybe you're right. We'll leave all the voice acting to you, James Arnold Taylor. Pretty cool.
Well done, James. No doubt all that experience prepared you for your greatest voice challenge.
Oh, yeah, Fred Flintstone. We were talking about that earlier.
No.
Leonardo the Ninja Turtle?
No. I was referring to a certain Jedi.
Oh, yeah, of course. I'm gonna forget Plo Koon.
Between you and Anakin, why do I bother?
Thanks. Well, for those of you that may not know, Plo Koon is another Jedi in the world of Star Wars. And I was the very fortunate actor that got to provide his voice on Star Wars The Clone Wars. It was a great honor for me because our director on the show, Dave Filoni, his favorite character was Plo Koon. Now, the direction Dave gave me when coming up with the voice was one word. He wanted Gandalf. That Ian McKellen sound is what he wanted to add to the quality of the character Plo Koon. And I gotta tell you, with a voice like that, it's hard to not sound important, you know? In fact, it's said that a great thespian like that could read pretty much anything and make it sound dramatic and exciting and compelling from, like, well, they always say like the phone book, right? But I was thinking more like stereo instructions.
Stereo speaker installation. Walt's connecting the left and right speaker interfaces. One must be certain to make the connections properly. For if the cords are not firmly plugged in, no sound shall pass!
Just a little over the top. What a great character, though, Plo Koon and Obi-Wan Kenobi. I mean, it's been such an honor, but the other thing about Star Wars The Clone Wars is I got to meet so many other characters on the show. And again, as a voice actor, you get so many more opportunities than just a regular on-camera actor. And in the show, I've got a little clip here that shows all the various voices I got to be throughout the series. And hopefully, you never noticed that that was all me. But I hope you enjoy it.
What's your pleasure?
Can I help you?
May I help you? Chipasi manchucho.
They're going to release us and hunt us down for sport.
Try to keep up, clone. This one was faster than most. I've lost the scent.
Help does not arrive soon. The entire battle of the garrison will be wiped out. Time for the Jedi to meet with his fatal accident.
I guess things could be worse. Though I'm not sure how.
Take them to interrogation. Torture them slowly.
The Assembly has decided that the actions of Chancellor Shadow were out of order.
You're looking a little too young to be a Jedi.
1,000 apologies, young one.
What's this? What are you reaching for? Stand down. You can take us all, Jedi.
Would you like to try and prove your theory?
I'm celebrating the death of a Jedi.
I have a bad feeling on this. May the Force be with you.
The Who that?
Obi-Wan. Now that's a name I have quite a bit. But you know, I never could have imagined when I was 7 years old, when I first saw Star Wars at a drive-in theater in San Jose, that, you know, that moment in the movie when Luke Skywalker asked old Ben, oh, you know, that someday I get to say, of course I know, he's me. My journey with Obi-Wan Kenobi began back in 2002 for the micro series of the Clone Wars. Now, they asked me to audition to match Ewan McGregor's voice at the time. So, I went into my little padded room, I listened to my samples of Ewan McGregor, and I practiced.
Hello there.
Hello there.
This is Obi-Wan Kenobi.
This is Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Good job.
Ah, thanks. Oh, I mean, good job. Now, actually, the folks at Lucas did like what they heard, and so I got the job. And the cool thing was, I got to voice him in many other things, including the Revenge of the Sith video game. And we had to recreate this one scene from the film that is really one of my favorites. It's this one right here. You are the chosen one! It was said that you would destroy the Sith, not join them! Bring balance to the Force, not leave it in darkness! You're my brother, Anakin! I loved you! Now, while my journey began as a voice match for Ewan McGregor, I've actually portrayed Obi-Wan more than any other actor. In fact, I even got to suit up as him in a fan film called Hughes the Force, which was a combination of John Hughes and Star Wars. It was great. Now, when we started the Clone Wars 9 years ago, director Dave Filoni and George Lucas both had conveyed to us they really wanted us to be able to make the characters our own, and the cast was tremendous. I'm so thrilled that fans nowadays, they say to me, when they hear the character, that they hear my voice in their heads sometimes when they hear Obi-Wan, which is great for me, because when I go to sign autographs and meet some younglings, and I ask them, I say, well, do you know what Obi-Wan Kenobi and I have in common? Why, we share the same voice. Obi-Wan Kenobi shares a very, very special place in my heart as a fan, as an actor, and I am so honored every time I get the chance to step into a studio, see those lights go on, the microphone come in, and I get to say that line, may the Force. See, a lot of my work as a voice actor is not just doing my voice. In fact, usually it's not my voice, it's usually other people's voices. So what I've discovered is voices are all about tones, textures, pitches, qualities like nasal qualities, different things. So sometimes you pitch it down, you find one voice, you pitch it up, you get another, you give it an accent, you get another one, you give it some rasp, and you find another one. I like Gilbert Gottfried, you know what I mean? It's right there, it's very fun. But I digress. So, let's go into my regular voice and see if we just make some little changes in it, what happens? Okay, so if we take my voice, give it a little nasal quality, bring it up a little, we find Michael Emerson. Remember he was on Lost? He played Benjamin Linus. And he had such a way of talking that everything he said sounded a little creepy and just a little off. Now if you take the creep factor out, make it a little more folksy and friendly, you get Ron Howard. Use the phone and give it some soul, and now it's Justin Timberlake, and it's become like a social network of voices. Use some wizardry in the British accent, you get Daniel Radcliffe. Lay it back, give a little twang. All right. Shift that over just a little bit. Heath Ledger's the Joker. He completes me. Shift it to the front of your mouth and you get Christian Slater. You drop down and tone as Jack Nicholson. Raise it back up and seem less interested. It's David Spade. And you are, I'm McLovin. And I totally sound like, whoa, wait a second, talk. It's me again, so let's drop it down in tone and you get Shia LaBeouf. But wait a second, Arnold. You mean to tell me that my car is a robot? Well, I gotta tell you, it's like unbelievable, you know? It's crazy. I gotta tell Sandy it's crazy indeed, you know? The way these voices intertwine. The way I break out my sentence structure is not this single tool is smarter than the average bear. Hey, Ruffy boy. Hey, pretty. Yeah, there is, Sammy. You probably can make your voice today. You just gotta. It's in the hole. It's in the hole, Gunga. You're Gunga. You talking to me? You talking to me, Gunga? Huh? For curvature, I'm sorry. It's just. I love you, Sparkus. Ooh, and I love me too. Wait a minute, dum-dum. You sound like me. All right, nobody panic. Hands, my middle name. You and me both.
Oh, Yogi, I'm gonna have to tell Mr. Ranger you come and make him off in California. Oh, yeah, like a can of spinach.
Well, blow me down and hoo-ha, okay? You ever notice how the Cheetos slowly turning into Jimmy the Towski from Taxi, okay? I mean, great Scott! There's a great correlation between voices. This is several experiment number 1. If you take Dr. Emmett Brown and teach him karate, you get Hong Kong Fu. Number 1 super guy. Give him a British accent and you get the accent John Hurt. Take away the accent, bring it down a little more compressed, a little more serious, and you might find Alec Baldwin hiding in there. If you take down here, it's Christian Bale's Batman. Drop that down, you almost whisper, and it's Jack Palance. Actually, I think it's Eastwood Punk. Really? Go ahead, make my voice. Depends on your definition of the word voice. Sorry for twang. You get Nicolas Cage. Oh, seems to start a sentence here, but by the end he's really on his way up here. I never race crazy like Frank Callahan doing John Madden. Or Dana Carvey doing Regis Philbin. He's out of control. Not gonna do Dana Carvey doing George Bush. What we call Dana Carvey doing Johnny Carson. Of course, if I want to do the real Johnny Carson, I gotta take my voice, drop it down and phone right about there. Hi-oh, all right. Now, next. It's not higher, it's yellow. It's Johnny Depp, who's sometimes a pirate, mate, but other times, oh, he's a chocolatier. This is making me matter in the Hatter House. Oh, that's funny with the matter in the Hatter Laws.
Funny like a clown, like I'm here amused you, huh? Because I'm not a clown. I'm a chicken hawk, and you're my chicken.
No, son. You gotta pitch me down, boy. Down, I say. So I'm a therapist, boy. It's a checkup from the get-go. Because it's an inconvenient truth that life is like a box of chocolate. Chocolate's cool. Yeah, I like the ones with the peanut. Yeah. Ooh, that's how it starts. And then there's running and screaming. It's very bad. It's like me in a relationship here. Or, hey, you and me playing the same character. Yeah. Sweet.
Either way, it's a no-win situation. I'm looking for my son Nemo, and I'm trying to train my dragon. So if we take our voices and move them sideways, you get Paul Giamatti. Or is it Paul Rudd? You know what I'm saying? But the real question is, who are these people? It's like high school. All these crazy voices like blend together, right?
Yes, near and far. Right, Ricky. Did you say tricky? Because I gotta tell you, I get no respect at all. Oh yeah, but if I did, that'd be great, Kanasu. Yeah, but damn, but don't do. Ooh. Oh, Mary, Lou. Oh, let's say this whole thing and make it like mental. Oh, hey, Scotty, Sue, Judy, Jane, get me off this crazy thing.
I was just taking the flavor in the eye.
Heavens to purgatory, exit stage left chamber.
What will I do then? The rated around town. Okay. You know, matter of fact, we got a great show for you tonight, and that's all the time we have, so that's all, folks.
very much. Wow, that's very kind of you. Thank you so much.
Well, now I'm impressed. However, I think it wise to wrap it up and end on this high note. You know, spending time with you, James, has made time of that it can seem almost dull. So, it appears my transmission is breaking up. Enjoy the rest of the Star Wars weekends, everyone. And may the Force be with you.
All right.
Always.
Thank you, Obi-Wan. May the Force be with you. Have you guys had fun? Well, go ahead. You know, this has been such a great honor for me to be able to do this show for you. This is the 4th year I've got to do it, and I just love it. I love sharing with you my life as a voice actor. I've got to do so many great things and, you know, be so many iconic characters. I mean, what started just as this little kid in his room, doing voices, having fun, has become this very blessed career for me. But I gotta tell you, you know, I think sometimes we look at celebrities and we look at things that people do and we think, oh, it's so perfect on that side. But it's not always perfect. There's always stumbling blocks. And February 13th of 2005 was a huge stumbling block for me. But it also had some really good in it. I'll get to the good in a minute, but the bad was, I lost something that day I never thought I could. I lost my voice. See, my wife and I were about to adopt our daughter from China, and so we bought this new house. But this new house had toxic mold growing in the walls that I discovered. Thankfully, my wife did not, but it got me very sick. And I went from about 130 pounds down to about 96 pounds. And I had massive laryngitis and throat infections, and I couldn't speak for several months. And the doctor said the only way to get better was to stop talking. And to change my diet, to change everything I did. And I thought, wow, okay, boom, that'll slap you upside the head. And it did. And I didn't really know what to do at first, but then I thought, okay, this is a challenge, this is a struggle, I can get through it, and maybe I need to stop doing what I'm doing. But it wasn't that. I kept challenging myself, what is it? And I found ways to get my voice stronger than I ever had before. I worked with a vocal coach, I changed my diet, I changed the water I drink, I changed everything about my life. And looking back now, I'm so glad I did, because 8 months later when we got our daughter from China, it started to all make sense. And now here it is 9 years later, and we are a very happy, healthy, blessed family. But here's the thing, here's the good part that happened, because I remember I said that February 13th was a really tough day for me at the time. But when I came back to it later, I found out it was actually pretty great, because what happened on February 13th, we found out 6 months later, is that's also the same day that my daughter was born. So see, when you ask sometimes, what am I going through? Why am I going through it? What is happening in my life? You don't realize there's a challenge that is setting you up for something greater in your life. Something that you could never imagine. Fatherhood was certainly that for me, but I want to know what's challenging you today. I want to know what is that thing you woke up with today that you went, you know what, I can't do it. Because I want to be here to say, you can do it. You can do whatever that dream is inside you that is realistic, that is good, that will help other people, not just benefit you, not just a financial thing, but is a good dream. Hold on to it. You see a lot of quotes up here. These people didn't forget their dreams. And I look at them, that's a good one. And I'm inspired by them. And I remember that every time I feel down, every time I feel like I can't, I say, no, I can. I can because there's something greater. There's a muscle being built in me that was never there before or that was too weak and needs to be grown. So whatever it is that you have inside of you today that you're kind of going, man, I'm done. Please don't be. I want to tell you right now, I want to be an encouragement to you. You've been an encouragement to me for the last 30 some odd minutes. I want to be an encouragement to you now and say, have fun with your family at the most magical, wonderful, happiest place on earth. Enjoy Star Wars weekends. Go back and see the Symphony of the Stars. It's going to be great. But enjoy your life. This life is a gift. Even when we don't feel like it is. Even when we hurt. Even when there's hardships. It's still got good in it. I promise you. I promise you. You heard a lot of people today. You heard a lot of fun stuff. I hope. But you know, you got to remember, it was all simply just one guy. That's right. Just one man. With one throat. But it was
many voices. You have been witness to the vocal daredevil, the magician of mimicry, the little guy in the big voice with the little padded room.
talking to myself. Thank you so much. Enjoy Star Wars Weekend.